Welcome to our channel. Today, we invite you to join us on an unforgettable journey that showcases the incredible spirit of a young boy named Tom. At just 9 years old, Tom faced the unimaginable challenge of battling cancer. But instead of succumbing to despair, he rose to the occasion, transforming his struggle into a powerful movement of hope and resilience. In this captivating story, you'll witness how Tom organized a charity campaign that raised over £1 million to support the hospital that fought alongside him. Prepare to be inspired as we delve into the impact of community, the strength of love, and the legacy of a boy who taught us all that even in the darkest times, hope can shine bright. Before we dive into this heartwarming tale, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story filled with inspiration and courage. Join us as we celebrate the power of hope through Tom's extraordinary journey. In the heart of the English countryside lay a town where life moved at a peaceful pace. A place where neighbors greeted each other with warm smiles and children played freely in fields stretching far beyond the last row of houses. Among the townspeople was a little boy named Tom, whose laugh was as lively as the brook that flowed through the village. He was known to everyone, a boy with wide, bright eyes and boundless energy, always up to some new adventure, usually with his best friends trailing behind him. But one year, as autumn leaves began to fall, Tom's life took a sudden, heartbreaking turn. After weeks of feeling more tired than usual, his parents brought him to the town's small hospital. There, amid gentle but concerned whispers, doctors delivered the news no family wants to hear. Tom had cancer. It was a word that settled over the family like a heavy gray fog, blanketing the happiness they once knew. With his diagnosis, Tom's life changed drastically. Days once spent exploring the fields and laughing with friends were now filled with hospital visits, medical tests, and treatments. He was introduced to a world of sterile rooms, needles, and machines that beeped and hummed. For any child, it would have been overwhelming, but Tom faced it with the kind of courage that often astonished the adults around him. His young heart held a strength and a brightness that no illness could dim. The children's ward in the hospital became Tom's new world, a place filled with other young patients and compassionate doctors and nurses who worked tirelessly to bring comfort and hope. Tom soon discovered that the staff were not only there to heal, but also to bring small moments of joy in an environment that could often feel lonely and frightening. Nurses would share silly jokes with him, play his favorite songs, and even celebrate milestones in his treatment. Through all this, they showed him that he was never alone. But in the quiet moments, Tom would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking of the friends he missed, the soccer games he longed to play, and the fields he loved to explore. And in those moments, an idea began to form. This place, with its kind doctors and nurses, its walls of courage and compassion, had given him so much. And although he was only 9 years old, Tom began to wonder if he could somehow give something back. In those small, silent reflections, a spark of hope grew in his heart, a hope that one day he could do something to help others in the same way the hospital had helped him. He didn't yet know how, but the idea was there, like a seed waiting for the right moment to grow. It was an idea that would soon take root and blossom into a mission, one that would touch the hearts of thousands. As the golden hues of the autumn sun began to fade, the shadows in Tom's hospital room deepened, creating a soft, serene atmosphere. The faint hum of machines filled the air, punctuated by the gentle sounds of nurses attending to other patients. Tom lay quietly in his bed, staring at the ceiling, his mind swirling with thoughts. It was one of those rare moments of stillness amidst the whirlwind of emotions that had become his life. Tom's mother sat beside him, her hand resting gently on his. He could feel the warmth radiating from her touch, a steady presence that made the sterile environment feel a little less daunting. She often tried to hide her worry behind a brave smile, but Tom could see the fatigue etched in her features, the way her eyes sometimes glimmered with unshed tears. He wanted to ease her burden, to give her something to hold on to, something to believe in. That night, as twilight enveloped the town outside, Tom's mind wandered to the countless hours he had spent in the hospital. He thought of the doctors who patiently explained every procedure, the nurses who cheered him on through each treatment, and the other children who shared their laughter and tears in the ward. Each person had played a role in his journey, a thread in the fabric of support that had wrapped around him like a comforting blanket. Yet, despite their efforts, he couldn't shake the feeling of helplessness that came with being a patient, with being just a kid who wanted to be out playing in the fields rather than lying in a hospital bed. But then a thought ignited within him. What if he could give back to those who had helped him? What if he could start a campaign to raise money for the hospital, money that could go towards new equipment, better facilities, or even activities that could brighten the days of children like him? The idea began as a mere flicker, but it quickly turned into a bright flame of possibility. The more he thought about it, the more determined he felt. "Mom," he said, his voice suddenly strong and clear, breaking the silence that hung in the room. "I want to raise money for the hospital. I want to help the doctors and nurses who are helping me." His heart raced with excitement and a hint of fear. This was a big idea, one that could change everything. His mother turned to him, her eyes wide with surprise, but then softened with understanding. She hugged him tightly, her heart swelling with pride. "Tom, that's an incredible idea. You have such a big heart," she replied, her voice a mix of admiration and love. "We can absolutely do this together." As the realization of their shared mission began to take shape, Tom felt a surge of energy. They spent the next hour brainstorming ideas, mapping out plans, and discussing how they could engage their community. Tom's mother began to make a list, from contacting family and friends to organizing a small fundraiser. Though it was a simple start, Tom felt as if he were about to embark on the most important adventure of his life. He couldn't wait to tell others about his idea, to see if they too would feel the hope that now blossomed in his heart. With his mother's support, they reached out to neighbors, classmates, and friends, sharing Tom's story and his wish to give back. His school even joined in, organizing events where his classmates wrote letters and crafted cards for the hospital. Little by little, his idea began to spread through the town, touching the hearts of everyone who heard about it. People marveled at Tom's strength and kindness, and many were moved to join him in his cause. Unknowingly, Tom had set something remarkable into motion. His dream of giving back was quickly growing beyond anything he had imagined. Though he had only wanted to help in his small way, his story was beginning to travel far and wide, like ripples in a pond. Soon, his little town and his small campaign would capture the attention of people from all across England, and they would rally behind this brave young boy with a heart full of hope and a dream to make a difference. In the following days, Tom and his mother planned a small fundraising event at their local community center. They invited families from the neighborhood, encouraging everyone to bring their favorite dishes for a potluck dinner. The air buzzed with anticipation as the day approached. Tom envisioned a warm evening filled with laughter, stories, and a shared purpose that would unite their community. On the night of the event, as families gathered, the community center was alive with energy. Tom stood at the entrance, greeting guests with a smile that lit up his face. His heart swelled with pride as he saw his friends and neighbors come together to support him. They shared food, laughter, and stories, creating an atmosphere that felt almost magical. As the evening progressed, Tom took a moment to stand before the crowd, his voice trembling but determined. "Thank you all for being here tonight," he began, his heart racing. "I want to raise money for the hospital because they have helped me and so many other kids. I know how hard it can be, and I want to make things better for everyone who is sick." His words, simple yet heartfelt, echoed through the hall, capturing the attention of everyone present. He saw nods of understanding, glistening eyes, and smiles of encouragement. Tom's mother beamed with pride, watching her son take this courageous step. She had always known he was special, but seeing him stand up in front of so many people, sharing his heart, filled her with awe. After his speech, the crowd erupted into applause, and the energy in the room soared to new heights. The potluck raised a significant amount of money, but more importantly, it ignited a fire in the community. As families left that night, they carried with them not just the spirit of generosity, but also a sense of belonging and camaraderie that they had shared together. Word of Tom's campaign spread like wildfire, with neighbors discussing ways they could contribute or organize their own events. Tom's dream had sparked something greater, a movement of kindness that would ripple through their small town. In the days that followed, Tom found himself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. Local businesses began reaching out, eager to help his cause. A bakery offered to donate pastries for future events, while a nearby grocery store provided supplies for bake sales. As Tom watched this community support unfold, he felt a profound sense of purpose wash over him. He was no longer just a boy battling cancer. He was a catalyst for change. Each fundraising event brought more people together, creating connections and strengthening the bonds within the community. Tom's friends helped organize bake sales, while others hosted car washes. They were all eager to be part of something bigger than themselves, something that brought hope not just to Tom, but to every child facing illness in their town. The small acts of kindness transformed into a larger movement that encompassed the entire community. And Tom was at the heart of it all. With every dollar raised, Tom felt a growing sense of responsibility. He often envisioned the children who would benefit from the hospital improvements. Children who might walk through those same doors, feeling scared and alone, just as he once did. He hoped that by sharing his story and rallying the community, he could provide some comfort and joy to those kids, letting them know they were not alone in their struggles. As the weeks passed, Tom's campaign gained momentum, drawing attention not just from the local community, but from media outlets across the region. His story was featured in local newspapers, and interviews were conducted on local radio stations. With each mention, the response from the public only grew. People from nearby towns began reaching out, wanting to contribute in any way they could. What started as a small idea from a young boy in a small town had evolved into a movement of compassion that transcended geographical boundaries. As the campaign continued to flourish, Tom faced his own challenges with the ongoing treatments. There were days when he felt exhausted, overwhelmed by the physical and emotional toll of his illness. But every time he felt his energy waning, he would think of the children he was trying to help, and the resolve within him reignited. He realized that each moment of pain or discomfort was overshadowed by the impact he was making, a realization that brought him solace. Each event and each dollar raised were not just milestones, they were steps toward healing, not just for him, but for everyone involved. Tom found strength in the support of his friends, family, and community, and in turn, he inspired them. His story became a beacon of hope, shining brightly even in the darkest moments. One particularly rainy afternoon, Tom sat by the window in his hospital room, watching the raindrops race each other down the glass. It was on this day that he realized that he was not just raising money, he was also raising awareness. His story had the power to inspire others beyond his town, and he wanted to harness that power to reach as many people as possible. He picked up a notebook and began to write. He penned letters to schools, community organizations, and even celebrities, sharing his journey and asking for their support. He wanted to create a ripple effect to inspire others to take action and join him in his mission. As he wrote, he felt a sense of empowerment wash over him. The act of putting his thoughts to paper solidified his belief that he could make a difference, and he hoped others would join him in the fight. With his mother's help, Tom sent out the letters, and soon after, he began receiving responses. Some were heartfelt messages of encouragement, while others offered support in the form of donations or promises to help with future events. Each reply fueled his passion and brought him closer to his goal. He could see that his dream was no longer a solitary mission. It had transformed into a collective endeavor, a testament to the power of community and human connection. As winter approached, Tom's campaign culminated in a grand charity event, a culmination of months of hard work and collaboration. The community center was transformed into a festive space, adorned with twinkling lights and colorful decorations. Families gathered, excited to celebrate not just the success of the campaign, but the spirit of togetherness that had emerged from it. Tom took to the stage, surrounded by his friends and family, as well as community members who had supported him from the very beginning. He felt a mix of nerves and exhilaration as he began to speak. Thank you all for being here tonight. It means so much to me to see this incredible turnout, he said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. I started this campaign because I wanted to help, but I didn't realize how much I would be helped in return. You all have shown me what it means to be part of a community, and for that, I am forever grateful. The applause that followed was thunderous, a collective expression of love and admiration that resonated in Tom's heart. He looked out at the faces, some familiar, others new, and felt a profound connection to each person present. They had all come together for a shared purpose, a belief in the importance of kindness and support. As the evening progressed, Tom learned that the campaign had raised an astonishing amount of money, far beyond what he had initially imagined. With tears of joy in his eyes, he announced the total, over £1 million. The crowd erupted in cheers, their spirits soaring as they celebrated not just the success of the campaign, but the unity they had fostered in their town. In that moment, Tom realized the true power of his mission. It wasn't just about the money or the tangible improvements that would be made at the hospital. It was about the lives that had been touched, the relationships that had been built, and the hope that had been rekindled in the hearts of everyone involved. Each person had contributed a piece of themselves to this collective journey, and together they had created something beautiful. As the evening drew to a close, Tom reflected on how far he had come. From the frightened boy in a hospital bed to a community leader, he had discovered the strength that resided within him. Through his journey, he learned that even in the darkest times, the light of compassion and connection could shine through, illuminating the path forward. With a heart full of gratitude and hope, Tom looked toward the future, knowing that he had the power to continue making a difference, not just for himself, but for countless others. His journey was far from over, but he was ready to embrace whatever came next, fueled by the unwavering support of his community and the belief that together they could face anything. As the winter nights grew colder and the holiday season approached, the momentum of Tom's fundraising campaign continued to gather strength. The community buzzed with excitement and purpose, ready to carry the spirit of giving into the new year. Inspired by their young leader, neighbors banded together, organizing a series of events that would not only raise funds, but also strengthen the bonds they had forged throughout the campaign. In the weeks following the grand charity event, Tom became a local hero. Newspapers and social media buzzed with stories of his determination and the incredible amount he had raised for the hospital. Schools across the region invited him to share his journey, encouraging students to find their own ways to give back. Each time Tom spoke, he felt the weight of his words, the responsibility of his newfound role, but also the joy of inspiring others. During a visit to a nearby school, he stood in front of a gymnasium filled with curious faces, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. "Hi, everyone. I'm Tom," he began, a smile spreading across his face. "I'm here to tell you that even though I'm just a kid, I was able to make a big difference. And you can too." His voice echoed through the room, and as he shared his story, he saw eyes widen with admiration and hope. After his presentation, students approached him with enthusiasm, eager to learn how they could help. Some shared ideas for fundraising events, while others expressed their desire to volunteer at the hospital. Each interaction filled Tom with a sense of purpose, affirming that his journey was not just about himself, but about building a legacy of compassion that would endure. In the spirit of the season, Tom and his mother decided to organize a holiday fundraiser at the community center themed around the joy of giving. They named it Tom's Holiday Cheer, a festive gathering where families could come together to celebrate, share stories, and contribute to a cause that had brought them all closer. They envisioned an evening filled with laughter, music, and the warmth of community spirit. The planning began in earnest, with Tom's friends and family rallying to help. They brainstormed activities, from holiday-themed games to a talent show showcasing the hidden talents of community members. As the event date approached, the anticipation grew, with posters and flyers decorating the town, each one inviting families to participate in a celebration of kindness and hope. When the night of Tom's Holiday Cheer finally arrived, the community center was transformed into a winter wonderland. Strings of twinkling lights illuminated the space, and the scent of freshly baked cookies filled the air. Families arrived with smiles, bringing homemade treats and festive decorations to share. Laughter rang out as children played games while parents mingled and exchanged stories of their own journeys. Tom took to the stage, feeling a wave of pride wash over him as he surveyed the crowd. "Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm so happy to see so many of you here to support the hospital and to have fun together." His voice carried a note of sincerity that resonated with everyone present. The energy in the room was palpable, a collective celebration of resilience and hope. As the evening unfolded, Tom watched as families participated in the various activities. He joined in on a game of holiday trivia, challenged participants to a festive dance-off, and even hosted a cookie decorating contest. The joy was infectious, and he could see the happiness on everyone's faces, a reminder of what they were all working toward, a brighter future for children in need. The highlight of the evening came with the talent show. Community members stepped onto the stage, showcasing their unique skills, from singing and dancing to magic tricks and storytelling. Each performance was met with cheers and applause, further fostering a sense of unity among the attendees. When it was Tom's turn to take the stage, he felt a mix of nerves and excitement. He had prepared a song he loved, one that had become a source of comfort during his treatments. As he began to sing, his voice trembled at first, but soon found strength in the support of the crowd. The audience swayed along, their smiles encouraging him to give his all. With each note, Tom poured his heart into the performance, and when he finished, the room erupted in applause. He felt a rush of joy, not just for himself, but for everyone who had come together to celebrate life and hope. By the end of the night, Tom and his mother counted the donations that had poured in throughout the evening. They couldn't believe their eyes. Over £3,000 had been raised. The money would go directly to the hospital, funding essential programs that supported children battling illnesses. The sense of accomplishment that washed over Tom was overwhelming. He knew that the funds would bring comfort and joy to other children who were facing similar challenges. But beyond the monetary success, Tom realized the true impact of the evening was the connections formed, the stories shared, and the community strengthened. The spirit of giving had taken root in their hearts, and he was filled with hope for the future. As winter transformed the landscape into a snowy wonderland, Tom continued to share his journey, connecting with even more people through social media. He started a blog to document his experiences, sharing not just updates on his health, but also stories of hope and encouragement. His words resonated with many, and soon he found himself with a growing following of individuals eager to support his mission. In his blog posts, Tom wrote about the importance of kindness and the ways in which everyone could contribute, regardless of their circumstances. He encouraged readers to find their passions and use them to help others, sharing anecdotes of friends who had organized their own fundraising events or even volunteered their time to assist those in need. Each story highlighted the beauty of human connection and the power of community, and Tom felt a deep sense of fulfillment knowing he was inspiring others to take action. As the new year dawned, Tom's health continued to fluctuate, but he remained steadfast in his mission. He underwent treatments and faced challenges with the same determination he had shown from the start. On particularly tough days, he would revisit the memories of the events he had organized, the smiles he had witnessed, and the hope that had blossomed around him. These memories fueled his spirit, reminding him of the purpose he had discovered. In early spring, a local news station reached out to Tom, wanting to feature his story on their morning program. Excited but nervous, he prepared to share his journey with a broader audience. On the day of the interview, he arrived at the studio with his mother, a mixture of anticipation and anxiety swirling in his stomach. As the cameras rolled, Tom spoke candidly about his experience, his passion for helping others, and the incredible support he had received from his community. When the segment aired, it garnered a wave of positive attention, with viewers reaching out to express their admiration and support. Many individuals from neighboring towns were inspired to start their own fundraising initiatives, sparking a chain reaction of kindness that spread far beyond Tom's initial efforts. The campaign he had begun out of a desire to give back was now evolving into a larger movement, one that encouraged others to take action in their own lives. With the growing attention came new opportunities. Tom was invited to speak at events, share his story with schools, and even attend conferences where he could inspire others facing challenges. Each time he stepped onto a stage, he felt a sense of purpose wash over him, knowing that his words had the power to uplift and motivate those who heard them. Through his journey, Tom learned that kindness was a universal language. It transcended age, background, and circumstance, uniting people in ways he never thought possible. He embraced his role as a young advocate, not just for the hospital, but for all children facing adversity. He became a voice for those who felt voiceless, reminding everyone that they had the power to make a difference, no matter how small their actions might seem. As spring turned into summer, Tom's campaign reached new heights, and he could feel the impact of his efforts rippling through the community and beyond. He knew that his journey was far from over, and with each step, he was reminded of the resilience of the human spirit. Together, they were crafting a story of hope and compassion, one that would inspire generations to come. In this ever-expanding narrative of giving, Tom was learning that life is not defined by the challenges we face, but by the love we share and the actions we take to support one another. His heart was full, and he was ready for whatever came next, knowing that with the support of his community, anything was possible. As summer unfolded, Tom's journey took an unexpected turn. Despite the overwhelming positivity surrounding his fundraising campaign and community support, he faced the harsh realities of his illness. During a routine checkup, his doctor delivered news that left him reeling. The cancer had returned. This time, it was more aggressive, and treatment would be more intense. Tom felt the weight of despair settle heavily upon him, a stark contrast to the hope he had been nurturing in his heart. In the days that followed, Tom grappled with a mix of emotions: fear, sadness, and an undeniable sense of loss. The energy and momentum of his campaign felt overshadowed by the looming darkness of his diagnosis. He spent long hours in his hospital room, contemplating the fragility of life and the very mission he had worked so hard to build. How could he inspire others when he felt so defeated? One evening, as he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, a familiar voice broke through his thoughts. It was his mother, gently reminding him of all the lives he had touched. "Tom," she said softly, "you've created something beautiful. Your story is more than just about you. It's about hope, and you've shown so many people that they're not alone in their struggles." Her words, filled with love and understanding, stirred something deep within him. With renewed determination, Tom decided he would not let fear define his journey. He had always believed in the power of community, and now more than ever, he wanted to share that belief. He reached out to his supporters through his blog, opening up about his diagnosis and the emotional roller coaster he was experiencing. "I won't lie to you," he wrote. "This is hard, but I believe in hope. I believe in all of you who have stood by me. Together, we can keep fighting." The response was overwhelming. Messages of encouragement flooded in, each one a reminder that he was not alone. His followers shared their own stories of resilience and strength, creating a tapestry of shared experiences that reaffirmed the power of connection. Tom realized that vulnerability was a strength, a way to inspire others to embrace their own struggles with courage. As he began his new treatment regimen, Tom took comfort in the outpouring of support. Friends organized virtual events to raise awareness about childhood cancer, and community members began sending him care packages filled with letters of encouragement and small gifts. Each gesture reminded him that his mission was alive and well, and he was determined to keep it thriving, even in the face of adversity. One afternoon, as he sat in his hospital room, he began to brainstorm ideas for a new campaign, one that would not only raise funds for the hospital, but also spread awareness about childhood cancer and the importance of mental health support for patients and families. With the help of his mother and a few close friends, he started planning Tom's Hope Week, an initiative aimed at bringing together the community in a series of events dedicated to celebrating life and promoting resilience. The week would feature activities ranging from wellness workshops and art therapy sessions to fundraising walks and educational seminars on childhood cancer. Tom envisioned a space where families could come together, share their stories, and find comfort in knowing they were not alone. He wanted to create an environment of healing, love, and hope, a testament to the strength of the community that had supported him from the start. As the date for Tom's Hope Week approached, Tom's health fluctuated, but his spirit remained unyielded. He enlisted the help of local businesses, schools, and community organizations, all of whom were eager to participate in this meaningful initiative. Flyers promoting the events filled local shops, and social media buzzed with excitement as people shared their plans to attend. When the week finally arrived, the community center buzzed with energy. Tom, now a symbol of resilience, was greeted with smiles and hugs from familiar faces. Each event was a celebration of life, laughter, and hope. Families came together, sharing meals and stories, their connections deepening through shared experiences. Tom felt a sense of fulfillment as he watched the community rally around one another. They painted murals of hope, participated in yoga classes to promote mental wellness, and listened to speakers share their journeys through adversity. Every activity was infused with love and compassion, reinforcing the belief that together they could overcome anything. As the week came to a close, Tom stood before the crowd at the final event, a celebration in the park. The sun set behind him, casting a warm glow over the gathering. "Thank you all for being here," he began, his voice steady and strong. "This week has shown me what it truly means to have hope. It's not just about fighting cancer, it's about fighting for each other. Every smile, every hug, every story shared reminds us that we're never alone." The crowd erupted in applause, a collective affirmation of the bonds they had forged. With tears in his eyes, Tom announced the amount raised throughout the week, over £50,000 for the hospital and childhood cancer research. The joy of the moment washed over him, a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. In the days that followed, Tom's story continued to spread, inspiring others far beyond his community. News outlets picked up on the success of Tom's Hope Week, sharing the message of hope and resilience with audiences across the country. His efforts sparked similar initiatives in other towns, creating a ripple effect of kindness that resonated with countless individuals. But amidst the celebration, Tom faced ongoing health challenges. The treatments took their toll, and he experienced moments of vulnerability that tested his resolve. Yet, during these times, he found solace in the community he had cultivated. Friends and family rallied around him, offering support and encouragement, reminding him of the impact he had made. Tom learned to embrace the journey, understanding that hope was not a destination, but a continuous process. He began to see the beauty in the small moments, the laughter of friends, the warmth of a hug, and the love that surrounded him. Each day became a gift, an opportunity to connect, inspire, and uplift those around him. Through it all, Tom discovered a profound truth. Even in the face of adversity, love and hope could flourish. His mission was far from over, and he was determined to keep pushing forward, not just for himself, but for every child fighting their own battle. With each step, he felt the strength of his community propelling him forward, a reminder that together they could create a brighter future filled with compassion and resilience. As the seasons changed, so did Tom. He became not just a symbol of hope, but a beacon of light for all those who crossed his path. Each day brought new challenges, but with every challenge came an opportunity for growth, understanding, and love. And as he continued to share his journey, he knew that his story was only just beginning. With the success of Tom's Hope Week behind him, Tom felt invigorated by the outpouring of support and the connections forged throughout the events. However, he also understood that the fight against childhood cancer was ongoing. He wanted to ensure that the momentum he had built would continue, transforming his efforts into a lasting legacy that would benefit future generations. In the months that followed, Tom dedicated himself to establishing a foundation in his name, Tom's Foundation for Hope. His vision was to create an organization that would not only raise funds for childhood cancer research, but also provide resources and support for families navigating the challenges of diagnosis, treatment, and recovery. He wanted to ensure that no child or family felt alone in their journey, just as he had experienced during his darkest days. With the help of his mother, local leaders, and community supporters, Tom began to outline the mission and goals of the foundation. They organized meetings, bringing together experts in childhood cancer, mental health professionals, and families who had faced similar challenges. Tom listened intently, absorbing their insights and experiences, shaping the foundation's vision to ensure it was rooted in the needs of those it aimed to serve. One of the foundation's primary initiatives would be to provide financial assistance to families struggling with medical expenses, travel costs for treatment, and other unexpected financial burdens. Tom understood firsthand how overwhelming these challenges could be and was determined to alleviate some of the pressure for families in need. He envisioned a system that would not only provide monetary support, but also connect families with resources for emotional and mental health support. In addition to financial assistance, Tom wanted the foundation to serve as a hub for community engagement. He envisioned hosting workshops, support groups, and educational seminars that would empower families with knowledge and resilience. By creating a safe space for families to come together, share their stories, and support one another, Tom hoped to foster a sense of belonging and understanding. As plans for the foundation began to take shape, Tom knew he needed to raise funds to kickstart the initiative. Drawing on the lessons he had learned from his previous campaigns, he reached out to local businesses, schools, and community organizations to collaborate on fundraising events. With their support, he organized a series of fun runs, bake sales, and charity auctions, all aimed at generating the necessary funds to launch the foundation. The first fundraising event, Run for Hope, took place in the heart of the community. Families came together to walk or run in honor of children battling cancer, proudly wearing shirts emblazoned with the foundation's logo, a symbol of unity and strength. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter, cheers, and a shared sense of purpose. Tom stood at the finish line, greeting each participant with a smile, grateful for the community's unwavering support. As the foundation gained traction, Tom was invited to share his vision at various conferences and events focused on childhood cancer advocacy. He became a sought-after speaker, sharing his story and inspiring others to get involved in the fight against cancer. Each time he spoke, he felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that his voice was amplifying the message of hope and resilience. In the midst of his advocacy, Tom continued his treatment, facing new challenges with unwavering determination. He was often met with fatigue and discomfort, but his spirit remained unbroken. He found strength in the support of his community, drawing inspiration from the families he met through the foundation. Their stories of courage and perseverance fueled his passion, reminding him of the importance of his mission. As Tom's health fluctuated, he began to reflect on the legacy he wanted to leave behind. He understood that life was unpredictable, and while he was determined to fight, he also wanted to ensure that his foundation would continue to thrive, regardless of his circumstances. He began mentoring a group of young advocates who shared his passion for raising awareness and support for childhood cancer. Through workshops and training sessions, Tom empowered these young leaders, equipping them with the tools and knowledge to carry on his mission. He shared his experiences, offering guidance on organizing events, building community support, and spreading awareness. Together, they brainstormed new ideas for initiatives that would inspire others to get involved and support the foundation's goals. As the seasons changed, Tom continued to work tirelessly, fueled by a sense of purpose and a deep love for the community he had come to cherish. He knew that his journey was more than just his fight against cancer. It was about creating a ripple effect of hope and resilience that would extend far beyond his own experiences. One sunny afternoon, as Tom sat in a park surrounded by friends and family, he reflected on the incredible journey he had undertaken. He marveled at how his initial desire to give back had blossomed into something much larger, a movement that had touched the lives of countless individuals. With the support of his community, he had transformed his challenges into opportunities for growth, connection, and advocacy. With a heart full of gratitude, Tom looked around at the faces of those who had stood by him throughout his journey. Each person represented a thread in the fabric of his story, woven together by shared experiences, love, and hope. He felt an overwhelming sense of purpose, knowing that his mission was far from over. As Tom's journey continued, he faced increasing health challenges that demanded more of his strength and resolve. Despite the setbacks, he remained dedicated to his foundation and the community that had supported him from the beginning. His spirit was unyielded, fueled by a deep love for his family, friends, and the countless individuals who had been touched by his story. One day, after a particularly grueling round of treatment, Tom found himself sitting in his hospital room, reflecting on the impact of his journey. Surrounded by photographs from Tom's Hope Week, awards from the foundation, and letters of gratitude from families he had helped, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. He knew that no matter what lay ahead, he had made a difference in the world. In those quiet moments, Tom began to write letters to the families who had been part of his journey. He wanted to share his thoughts, express his gratitude, and offer words of encouragement to those who were still fighting their battles. Each letter became a testament to his belief in the power of hope, resilience, and the strength of community. As he penned the final words of his last letter, Tom felt a wave of emotion wash over him. He poured his heart into his writing, conveying the importance of cherishing every moment and finding joy in the small victories. He reminded the families that they were never alone and that together they could face any challenge that came their way. As the days turned into weeks, Tom's health continued to decline, but his spirit remained strong. He found comfort in the support of his family and the love that surrounded him. His community rallied together, organizing events to celebrate his life and the legacy he had created. They shared stories, laughter, and tears, honoring the impact he had made on their lives. One evening, under a starlit sky, Tom gathered his closest friends and family. He wanted to share his thoughts one last time, to leave them with a message of hope and love. With a soft smile on his face, he spoke from the heart, reminding them of the importance of kindness, compassion, and the strength they possessed as a community. "Thank you all for being a part of my journey," he began, his voice steady despite the emotion in the air. "Life is a beautiful gift, and even in the face of challenges, we can find joy. Remember to lift each other up, to share your love, and to spread hope wherever you go. Together, we can make a difference." As tears streamed down the faces of those gathered, Tom's words resonated deeply within their hearts. They knew that his legacy would continue to shine brightly, a beacon of hope for generations to come. In that moment, they understood that even though Tom's physical presence might fade, his spirit would forever live on in the love and kindness he had inspired in others. In the weeks that followed, Tom's foundation continued to thrive, fueled by the passion he had ignited in the hearts of those around him. The community came together to support the initiatives he had envisioned, ensuring that his legacy of hope would endure. They shared stories of his bravery, his laughter, and his unwavering belief in the power of love. When Tom passed, the community came together to celebrate his life in a way that honored his spirit. They organized a memorial event in the park where he had held Tom's Hope Week. The gathering was filled with laughter, tears, and heartfelt stories of the impact he had made on countless lives. Friends and family decorated the park with colorful banners and flowers, creating a vibrant tapestry of love and remembrance. As the sun set on that beautiful day, they lit lanterns, each one representing a story of hope and resilience. Together, they released them into the sky, watching as they floated away, carrying Tom's spirit and legacy into the heavens. It was a powerful moment, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a flicker of light. In the years that followed, Tom's Foundation for Hope became a symbol of resilience and compassion. The community continued to honor Tom's memory through fundraising events, support groups, and initiatives aimed at spreading awareness about childhood cancer. They shared his story far and wide, inspiring others to join the fight and embrace the spirit of giving. Tom's journey had come to an end, but the impact he made would forever resonate in the hearts of those he touched. His story became a beacon of hope for families facing adversity, reminding them that even in the darkest moments, they could find strength in love and community. And so, the legacy of Tom, this brave, compassionate boy who transformed his own struggles into a powerful message of hope, lived on, a testament to the beauty of the human spirit and the enduring power of love. His journey was not just about battling cancer. It was about inspiring others to embrace life, uplift one another, and create a world filled with kindness and compassion. In the end, Tom taught everyone that life, with all its challenges, could be a beautiful adventure if approached with hope, love, and the courage to make a difference. His legacy would continue to inspire, reminding all who heard his story that together they could create a brighter future for children everywhere. As the seasons passed and the world continued to turn, the impact of Tom's journey remained ever present in the hearts of those who had been touched by his life. His story became woven into the fabric of the community, a constant reminder of the power of resilience and the importance of hope. The foundation he had established flourished, driven by the passion and dedication of those who had been inspired by him. Each year, on the anniversary of Tom's Hope Week, the community gathered to celebrate not only Tom's legacy, but also the countless lives he had inspired. The event had grown from a modest gathering into a grand celebration, drawing families from near and far. It became a day filled with laughter, joy, and remembrance, honoring not just Tom, but every child battling cancer. Activities filled the park where Tom had once stood, speaking to the crowd with hope in his heart. Families participated in fun runs, art workshops, and support sessions, creating a vibrant atmosphere of love and unity. Each event carried Tom's spirit, reflecting his belief in the power of community to uplift and inspire. During the celebrations, families shared stories of their journeys, reminding everyone of the strength found in vulnerability. The community came together to showcase their talents, from musicians performing heartfelt songs to artists creating murals that depicted themes of hope, love, and resilience. Each contribution was a testament to the enduring legacy Tom had created. As part of the celebration, the foundation awarded scholarships to young advocates who had demonstrated remarkable dedication to childhood cancer awareness. The recipients were chosen not only for their hard work, but also for their commitment to carrying forward Tom's mission. The scholarships served as a reminder that Tom's vision was alive and well, inspiring the next generation to continue the fight for hope and healing. Among those honored that day was Emma, a spirited young girl who had fought her own battle with cancer and emerged stronger. Inspired by Tom's story, she had organized her own fundraising events and dedicated herself to advocating for children in similar circumstances. As she accepted her scholarship, she spoke with conviction, sharing how Tom had influenced her journey. Tom taught us that even in our darkest moments, we can find light, she said, her voice strong and steady. We can be the hope that others need. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the festivities, a poignant moment unfolded. Tom's family took the stage, a sense of pride and gratitude emanating from them. They shared their reflections on Tom's life, his unwavering spirit, and the love he had shown to everyone around him. His mother, holding back tears, spoke of how proud she was of the community's commitment to keeping Tom's legacy alive. Tom believed in the power of hope, she said, and through your support, you continue to make that belief a reality. As lanterns began to illuminate the night sky, the crowd joined together in a moment of silence, reflecting on their shared journey and the lives affected by childhood cancer. With each lantern released, they sent their love and gratitude soaring into the heavens, a tribute to Tom and all the children who had fought bravely against illness. The night ended with a powerful message of unity, resilience, and the promise to continue the fight. Let us remember, Tom's father urged, that hope is not just a word, it's a call to action. Together, we can change lives and create a world where every child has the chance to thrive. In the years that followed, Tom's Foundation for Hope expanded its reach, forming partnerships with hospitals, schools, and organizations across the country. They launched initiatives to provide emotional support for families, advocate for research funding, and create awareness campaigns that educated the public about childhood cancer. Tom's story, once a personal journey, evolved into a powerful movement that inspired thousands. The community he had nurtured became a network of advocates, each carrying forward the torch of hope he had ignited. They shared Tom's message widely through social media, community events, and educational programs, ensuring that his spirit continued to touch lives beyond their hometown. And though Tom was no longer physically present, his essence lived on in the hearts of those who had loved him. His laughter echoed in the stories shared, his kindness reflected in the acts of compassion that permeated the community. He had shown them that even the smallest actions could create ripples of change, and that hope, once ignited, had the power to illuminate even the darkest paths. Tom's legacy became a testament to the indomitable spirit of children facing unimaginable challenges and the communities that rallied around them. His life reminded everyone that love, resilience, and hope could transcend even the most difficult circumstances. As the anniversary of Tom's Hope Week approached each year, the community came together not only to remember Tom, but to celebrate life, love, and the unwavering spirit of hope that bound them together. And in doing so, they kept his memory alive, a shining beacon guiding them all toward a brighter future filled with compassion and unity. In the end, Tom taught them all that life, in all its complexity, could be a beautiful adventure, a journey filled with love, laughter, and the hope that they could create a better world for those who followed. His story continued to inspire, reminding everyone that they had the power to make a difference, and that together they could conquer any challenge that lay ahead. Through their love and commitment, Tom's legacy would endure, a legacy of hope that would resonate through generations, forever reminding them that even in the face of adversity, there is always a light to guide the way home. As we conclude Tom's incredible journey, we are reminded of the profound impact one young boy can have on the lives of many. His courage in the face of adversity, his commitment to helping others, and his unwavering spirit serve as a powerful testament to the strength of hope and community. Through Tom's story, we learn that even in our darkest moments, we can inspire change and uplift those around us. Thank you for joining us today. If Tom's story touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. Together, let's continue to spread hope and make a difference in the world.